Hey guys, welcome back to my CCLP5 submission stuff, and this is Sandstorm Shelter. So we got about 8 levels left of Walls of CCLP3 content, and these should be some pretty fun levels. Like, I think every level up to this point, or from this point on, are levels that I am very super proud of, and at least the ones if I'm thinking of them correctly. So let's get started. So we have a teleporter that doesn't do anything for now, and another 2-tile wide Sokoban, because those are fun. This level uses the Walls of Mistakes, and this was one of the... Where's the traps at? Oh, down here. Okay, so that blows that up. This was one of the last levels I made for Walls of CCLP3. It was like one... At least I think it was. Pretty sure it was. Okay, so... I think all you do is that. Yeah, the key to this room was just not collecting those chips initially. Okay. Yeah, this one I am pretty happy with. This is one of my favorites in Walls of CCLP3. It's really cool. I have to be mindful about my keyboard because we don't want something like the last video to happen some more. So I checked. I haven't put the videos together yet as I'm recording this, but I looked at the timestamps or the time, how long each video was, or each recording was, and in total that was about 1 hour and 10 minutes. So that's definitely a much longer video than I would have liked, especially since it only covered like 6 levels. But, what can you do? Okay, so we gotta get this up here to collect that yellow key. So right now, I think we're just basically just collecting yellow keys. Oh, we have to go all the way around to retrieve that block. So one thing that Mistakes kind of allowed for was utilizing the outside in this way because of the little alcoves and the numerous amount of entrances and exits throughout this. So like this little alcove right here was pretty cool to use the way I did, and this little thing right here. Like this wasn't, like once I hit on the idea for this, it was pretty easy to use once I got the idea for it. I mean, I can say that about almost every Walls of level I've made. Okay, so this is the quote-unquote shelter. Oh, and this idea. Apparently this inspired that Walls of Communism level that JB made. Or a section in there. Okay, I'm just gonna collect a chip. Oh. Okay, so let's set that right there. Okay, so now we can go through the teleport. So now I have to go all the way back around And I can't remember if you have to do this twice or not. I don't think so. I think you only have to do it one time. Or no. I have to get a block through to teleport now. Oh, I don't know why I'm going back up. I can just go through the teleport. Okay, so let's grab one of these. Go around. So you have to take a couple trips out here, but I think that's what makes this level really solid, is the amount of trips you have to make out here. Just don't misstep. I don't want to misstep and make this video a super long one. Okay, and it's just a matter of doing that. Sandstorm Shelter. Honestly, that's a very solid level. I have some fairly high hopes for this and getting in the set. Okay, Disintegrated Canyon. Alright, this one uses a freezer. Okay, I think the trick is just doing this. There we go. So you can see by the time limit, I actually increased this by almost a full 100 seconds. It used to be, I think 751 was the time limit, and I changed it to 840. No reason, I just felt like I needed a little extra time. Okay, so now we got this room, which can be tricky, but the trick is to push a block and then collect the fire boot. So, freezer was another level that took a while to hit an idea for, but again, once I hit the idea, it just kind of flowed naturally. So I knew I wanted to use the center room as like a central point for the level, like a central hub of sorts. And I wanted to use all these outer sections independently. Sort of like the original, but not like the original. Okay. Let's go to the next section. Okay, so what we have to do here is you have to partial post your way out of this. And setting this up is a little tricky, but not too bad, I don't think. I think there's a few different ways you can actually do this. Let's push that through the teleport, for one. Again with the freaking keyboard doing that. My God, I hate it when it does that. There had to have been some kind of Windows update that changed something that causes the extra inputs, because I swear I did not push that block that far. Man. Alright, well, we'll get through it. I'm not really worried about, like, not meeting the deadline. I mean, it's the 30th now. But, you know, I'm going to pump out as many recordings as I possibly can tonight. Get all these done. Yeah, I do kind of regret not pumping out videos sooner for this. I blame a lot of the stuff I was going through for kind of holding me back from recording. Okay, let's do this again. So I think what I want to do is I want to push this right here. And then we can do something like that. So I'm going to set that partial post up. And then we can set this one up like this. There we go. So there's not really a whole lot to talk about, and that's kind of why I don't like recording consecutive videos like the way JB does, is because I don't have much to talk about. I can talk about like this level and like its design process, but I feel like I already summarized that, and there it goes again, putting in a down input when I wasn't doing that. Okay, so JB did this a little differently than I intended, but his method works as well, and I didn't fix it. So this is what I had intended on doing with this section. Putting that block by the pop-up walls and then just doing that. Okay, and we need this block to get a chip. I paused just to ensure that no key presses were being input. Okay, so this is like an A LMAO part 2 concept. There is a yellow key under this corner block, which I might actually add a hint now that I examine it. I might add a hint for this room. I know that was messed up on several times in JB's Let's Play. Okay, so the trick to this now is not to push that block up. What you have to do is you have to push that down, because you need these 2 blocks. It's not very obvious, but it's that subversion at the very end that I feel like needs to be pointed out. Okay, so now we should be clear to push this through. Alright, that is Disintegrated Canyon. That's honestly another level I'm looking forward to seeing how it does in voting. I think I like this a little bit more than Sandstorm Shelter, but I like them both. I in a perfect world, I would love to see both in CCLP5, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. So if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick this one over Sandstorm Shelter, but who knows. Okay, Cipher Key Layer. That is a Pokemon reference. Because of course it is. It's a Joshi level. What did you expect? Okay, so this is another level that I made that has a lot of clone machines in it, but I feel like this is a little bit more justified because of how much open space this template had. This is the Walls of Water Trap, by the way. So every red key we've collected, we had to collect. There we go. So you have to get rid of your keys out here for this first part. Actually, several of these first parts you have to do this. So now we gotta get rid of our yellow keys. There's none that way. I was holding down and I stopped. Like, keyboard, come on. I am still missing one. Oh, yeah, this is where you get some red keys. I think I'm only going to get one, though. There we go. Now, do I want that blue key? I think I do. Yes, I do. Alright, now we just do the process again. Get rid of blue keys. And I think you want both of those reds as well. And it's not for that, it's for this. Alright, so we can't get that green, so let's go ahead and go through here. This is a little key swapping section. There's no right or wrong way to do that. And I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do this either. Now we have one of each. I think we go this way. Let's collect that. So this level actually had a pretty massive bust to it that I completely overlooked. There was actually a green key, I think it was that one right there, that you could collect that I completely overlooked. Okay, I'm not sure if I want to collect that red key now, because I'm going to get one anyway. Okay, so this Sokoban, this went through a few changes because this one was also kind of broken, but thankfully I think I've enforced it. Because now you have to collect this. Because a lot of people kind of question, like, what do you need 4 blocks for in this? Like, what's the, or not 4 blocks, why do you need the pop-up walls in this room? Well, quite simply, it's to do that. So now, you have this one, you have to push it out of the way so you can get the other 2 out. So even though this level has a ton of clone machines everywhere, I feel like it's, in the case of this one compared to Internal 3D Dungeon, this one's actually kind of used for aesthetics. Only use the green key to collect what you need to exit. And this formation of water trap is what inspired this to be a key level, because this just looks like a lock, like one of the locks on the MS tile set. Okay, so now we just use this green key to collect every other key that we possibly can collect. And the hint mentions what it mentions because I didn't want players to think you had to use like a blue to get this color. So, you know, only use the green. Alright. And obviously some of these keys aren't even accessible. So I think that's all the keys. Oh, I missed one. That's a first. I don't think I've ever missed a key before. Where did I miss? Oh, there's the yellow. Oh, that's the one I missed. Okay, well, at least I didn't screw it up. That's the important thing. So, there's going to be a lot of really excellent key levels in voting, and honestly, this one, whew, I don't know. I really, really like this one, but I also really, really like a bunch of the other key levels that were submitted, and I don't know. I think at that rate, it's just going to kind of depend on what voters think of all these key levels. In terms of this one, though, I really like it. I like how it kind of uses keys in all sorts of different ways. Like, you have to get rid of them at first, and then you have to do a key swapping section, then you have a little Sokoban, and then you have collecting the suction boots and going back to get the green key, and then you use that green key for like a little collection phase, and then you exit. I think it's a solid level. All right, backdraft. Uh-oh. Yes, the walls of the haunted house. Because I had to turn it into a level where the house is on fire. Or becoming on fire.
Bummer.
And I was not fast enough to get all these red keys.
Bummer.
Okay. So you can kind of see by the time limit, I made this untimed. This used to have a time limit, but I removed it because there's a section in this level that is pretty daunting of a task. And was also... Okay, that's a dead end. And was also, I think this whole path is a dead end. It was also kind of a theme with this set, or Walls of CCLP3.
Bummer.
Oh, I completely misread that. And we'll get there when we get there. But this template, there were a couple of things I wanted to do with this that I tried. One of them was actually going to involve like a bunch of teleports on the outside and like gliders going through them, and I was gonna like make it like a sort of tornado aesthetic, but I realized that wasn't going to work because the top section with the attic was gonna only be accessible through a teleport, which you're not gonna want to.
Bummer.
How did that not work? You're not gonna want to go through a teleport when there's a bunch on the outside and monsters going through them, so it wasn't going to work. And I think the next thing I tried was like a flood storm, like a flooded house, which would have been a little cliche-ish. And then I thought, oh, what if I made the house on frickin' fire? And thus, that's what I did. I made this house become on fire. Because that's what I do. I light houses on fire. Not really. Okay, so this section is a little weird, but not too bad. There we go. So yeah, that attic part is kind of what starts this fire, so to say, even though all the fire already exists in the level. Okay, so all these floors are invisible walls, so we know not to push them on there. Okay, so these are connected horizontally. Okay, now we need the block for the chip. One of the two chips. Alright, this section is a frickin' monster of a task. And apparently, from what I have understood, this doesn't actually require 5 blocks. I think you can do this in 4? I think I've had someone say they've done this with 3 blocks, actually, which I don't know how that's doable. I mean, they showed me, but I don't remember. Okay, so let's see if I can remember how to do this. And this room is why I made this untimed, because by the time you get to this section, like a good 150, 200 seconds is already going to be off the clock, so you're going to only have like 500 to work with or less by the time you get here. And then you have an entire block pushing phase afterwards, and then a dodging phase after that. So it was within reason to make this untimed. Now I think you can get away with doing it like this. Something like this. Let's get it on this path real quick. I want to say it was Indy that said that you can do this in 3 blocks. So that almost gets them all. I think there's only one. Oh, you can just do it like this, I think. Oh, but then it just loops. Okay, yeah, we can't do it that way then. Huh. Yeah, I don't remember how to do this. Let's just put it back right there. Okay. Yeah, because I thought I had it. I really thought I had it. Because I remember it was like, it was something like this. Let's try this. Oh, maybe that might be it. Let's just make sure. So all those get pressed. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, that works. And just have that block hold that down. Alright, and then you have this long waiting process. I don't remember how the traps are connected. But okay, I think it's on a reverse pattern. There we go. Okay, so now we have let's just put that back in there. Okay, so we need that fireball now for that bomb. Yeah, kudos to figuring this section out with 1 less block or 2 less blocks. I'm pretty sure it's not 3 though. I'm pretty sure it's not 3. Okay, so let's put this right here. And then we have to book it. And collect that. Alright, so here you have to push the tank button 3 different times, I think. Not very clear, but it works. And then you have some like fun stuff up here. Chip didn't start the fire. I think that's the name of the episode this was in the Walls of CCLP3 Let's Play of JB's. Alright, Apocalypse WoW. Pretty sure that title originated from Bounce Cycles. I miss that guy. Where'd he run off to again? We need Bounce Cycles Pog back in the Discord. Alright, so this one uses the Walls of Spiral. And it's definitely a level I'm really happy with. I'm really proud of. This template took a while to hit an idea for, but I just kind of started putting like fire and blocks everywhere, and then it kind of just became like a somewhat campaignish level. Not really. Okay. So let's do that, and then we will do that. Blow that up. Yeah, so as I've learned, I think I talked about this before, but I've learned that narrow levels like this are kind of my strong suit when it comes to Walls of levels. Because the challenge at that point is wanting to fit in as much as you can in a really small space. That makes it interesting. Okay, so let's do that. Don't have fire boots. Did I mess up? I think I messed up. Okay, I messed up. Level 195. There's definitely not many more Walls of CCLP3 levels left. I think there's this one. There's tiles and stuff. And I'm trying to think what else is left. That might actually be it. Oh, Shadow of the Day. Yeah, that's left too. So yeah, I think these are the last few levels of the set, but they're no cakewalk, that's for sure. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and unblock that. That's where I messed up at. So it might be possible I can finish the Walls of CCLP3 stuff in this video. That requires me not to mess up this level or the next couple. And I don't know how much of a feasible task that's going to be. Okay. Oh. That's interesting. I didn't realize that was... Or maybe I did and I just forgot. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to push myself to finishing the Walls of CCLP3 stuff tonight. Or not in this video. I definitely will tonight, but not in this video. Especially if the next level is indeed tiles and stuff, which I am pretty sure it is. Just based off the ordering of how these levels are placed in this order, Apocalypse WoW was in the late 130s. And I think it was like 137 is what it was in the source set. Because we actually have to save a block. Okay, so we'll save that one. So after this level in Walls of CCLP3, there was Frantic Frenzy, which I didn't submit. Don't remember what 139 was. And then there was Distortion World, which I didn't submit. There was Unreal Hardware Mayhem. Then that Quantum Stadium level. And I think the next three were medleys, and then after these messages, and then tiles and stuff. That, what's it called? That Mice Are Good for Something level, and then, yeah, Shadow of the Day. So yeah, those two are definitely the last ones. Okay. Alright, so this section I adjusted a little bit. That yellow key used to be under the block, but now I put it under the tank, so it's actually visible. I'm doing it the way you're supposed to in links to demonstrate that. There you go. That should be both the buttons held down. Didn't stop, game. I don't know what you're thinking, but I did not stop pressing keys. Alright. The red button here connects to the block clone machine next to the teeth. So I changed the hint. The hint used to state that there was a trap button behind a green door that led to the exit, but apparently that wasn't necessary. So I changed it to mention this block clone machine. since that's what JB suggested I do, and it is better. I just didn't think it was. I thought it was a little obvious what needed to be done, but I can see the issue. I could see the argument. All right, so we just have to do this little Sokoban that's probably doesn't even need to be in it. Then we get the skates. Go back through here, lose the skates immediately. All right, let's get this block. I can collect these now. And exit. Alright, that is Apocalypse WoW. That's a pretty fun level. I have to say, a nice campaign-ish style level. Alright, tiles and stuff. Do I want to do this level? And to a certain extent, do I want to do the next one? You know, considering the last video was as long as it was, I'm actually going to stop because tiles and stuff is no easy matter, and the Shadow of the Day level is also not an easy matter, but those are for sure the last 2 levels of this section of the set. So I'm going to stop it here, and I'm just going to record a new session and get that separate. So thanks for listening in or watching, guys. I do appreciate it. As you can see, we did 5 levels. Pretty solid pace. A much more reasonable time. And as you can see, the score is over 10 million now. I know it's not displaying in OBS, but that's the score, so you can see it. And yeah, some pretty fun stuff in this video. I mean, I feel like I should have talked a little bit more about the levels, but I'm just kind of drawing a blank about most of them for some reason. Anything I have to say about them, I've kind of already said in some capacity, whether it was a Pie Guy comment or Pie Guy site comment or anything like that. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. So next time we'll do tiles and stuff, then Shadow of the Day, and then we'll move on to the Trading Places levels, which will be weird because that set's being LP'd, at least as of this recording. It's almost done, but that'll be interesting. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.